Alright, welcome back to the show. I told you that this is a great agriculture's discussion where we bring on board issues that are affecting you as a farmer, you as a potential farmer, you as you aspire to enter into the field of farming. And I'm seeing a lot of text messages coming in, and thank you so much for keeping tuned into Destiny TV. And of course, today Mr. Chege is here to tell us more on this agriculture and technology. Even as we continue, Mr. Chege, tell us more now about these technologies, what Biodata does, and what is the importance of adopting Biodata.
Okay, thank you, Ken. We call it big data. Okay. Big data, like I mentioned earlier, is a technique that we apply in gathering a lot of information about agriculture using technological gadgets that we have placed strategically at certain places in our farms, or even we use those gadgets by ourselves to track what we have in our farms. By using big data, we have sensors, for example, that you can put on in the soil, like moisture sensors, or you can use like what we have nowadays. Like there are some certain farmers who use drones which fly over your land, and by applying certain techniques that we have in computer science called algorithms, which algorithms are just a step-by-step way of doing something. So it's like you automate those steps of doing whatever you want that technology to do for you. If, for example, you want it to capture images, or you want it to monitor evaporation, or
like, maybe in that field of there is a plant that you've planted, and some of them are affected by certain pests or disease. It is able to detect that.
Yeah. So in other words, in big data, we gather a lot of information from farm, and this will help to help us to appreciate how big data is a solution in farming. For example, if I may use a few use cases, like a company like Bayer uses big data to ensure sustainable food production. They use a history of information they've been gathering over 150 years, and this is data concerning crop production. And crop production has been a very big challenge to farmers, and when crops are always vulnerable to weeds, they are vulnerable to insects, and farmers will want always to administer the correct herbicides to neutralize the weeds. Farmers will need to be able to identify the exact species that are affecting their plant, and by gathering this kind of information over time, a farmer is able to know what exactly they need to do, and this can be utilized mostly using what we call machine learning and artificial intelligence in weed identification. And these are areas in our field in computer science whereby you train a machine to learn using human intelligence, and with that you are able to apply that knowledge in enabling these devices to think like a human, and even to think more faster than a human by predicting what is going to happen next. Farmers can upload images and be able to know exactly what is happening in their fields.
And on the same, you've reminded me something. There's a time we went out in the field to identify plants, and some of us were finding it so hard to be able to know the name of the plant.
Yeah.
But there's an application we were using. You take a photo of the plant. It's able to tell you the characteristic of that plant and the name of that plant.
Sure.
I believe that is what you're telling us.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, you can also use big data to improve your yields and to ensure there's a lot of profitability. By doing this, certain companies and corporations are coming with the enterprise resource planning systems that can be either installed in your farm or installed at your place of work, so that you can be able to gather a lot of information about your day-to-day running of your industry, like in the tea factories and many others, for large corporations and even smaller fields, so that people are able to know easily what am I supposed to do to be able to improve on my farming. You can also use big data for empowering precision farming. because there are certain companies like in Vivo in France and many other companies which are coming up with solutions that are able to bring solutions. So cloud computing is the future, and we need to really embrace technology so that you're able to ensure that agriculture is growing and we are able to store information about our farms. Thank you so much.
Welcome. And my friend here says that her name is Metrin. She's saying that without invention in machineries make work easier in farm, and sustainable agriculture is well maintained.
Mm-hmm.
And without technology, then the work will be very tiresome.
Yeah.
Someone called Nchamba is Eric. He says is without technology, I think agriculture could far much behind. So he's telling us that agriculture technology is helping us move far much ahead. There's another, but they are not telling us where they are. Okay, this one is telling us I'm from Meru, and technology has impacted agriculture, but somehow positively and negatively. But positive is more. That is what he has written. Is Patrick. And there are more text messages that are coming in, but those are some of the comments that people are sending in. Remember, you can still send in your comment via the number appearing at the bottom bar of your screen, and we shall move together. As we conclude, Mr. Chege, you can tell us maybe anything else concerning agriculture and technology that some of farmers and other viewers that might need to know.
Technology is the future of farming. Without technology, we may not be able to move at the speed that the world is moving. As much as we are able to embrace technology in telecommunication, we should also be able to embrace technology in farming, in agriculture, in many other fields that every farmer depends upon. Because everybody depends on food that originates from farms. Sure. We need to automate this, we need to apply technology in this, and for sure we'll be able to increase productivity, feed the exact population that you're realizing every day, and ensure every farmer is able to know how much money they're making from their investment, and to ensure the supply chain continues and there's value addition in everything that they're doing. Sure. So thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate it.
Let me read this. According to my observation, Zafred of us from Maua says that according to my observation, farmers no longer have to apply water, fertilizer, and pesticide uniformly across entire fields. Instead, they can use the minimum quantities required and target very specific areas, or even treat individual plant differently. Benefits they include there is higher crop productivity, decreased use of water and fertilizer and other pesticides, which in turn keeps food prices down. Then there's reduced impact on natural, that is reduced impact on natural, that is what he has written. Then there's less runoff chemicals into rivers and groundwater. And another benefit of technology is telling us is that there's increased worker safety. He's saying that he is Kirimi from Maua Meru. And thank you so much. There's a lot of text messages that are coming in. You can comment via our Facebook page, and we'll check more on that later. And thank you so much for keeping tuned into Destiny TV, a station that impacts your life. Of course, this is Boresha Ukulima, where we bring things that really matter to you a lot as a farmer. Thank you so much.